I want to let you in on how you can have your eyes wide open and your ears to the ground so that you can see opportunity coming. All right. So opportunity is very much like a ship. Okay. You need to see it coming over the horizon. Right. So when it's on its way, no one else can see it. Only you can see it at that point. And that's your time. That's your opportunity to start preparing. All right. For when the ship comes and then it's time and then you can launch. Right. Everybody else isn't able to see that ship. So that's perfect timing. So that's a big thing about success is the timing. So the timing of the opportunity. The next thing you want to do is you want to be preparing, all right? You want to put the systems in place. You want to put the infrastructure in place, set up the company, get your accountants, do what you got to do in whatever respective goal you're trying to achieve so that the best definition of success that I've heard is success is when preparation meets opportunity. So you've prepared for weeks, months, and years. And then when the opportunity arises, you have all that preparation to fall back on. And when you combine the two, you'll have a reaction. Okay. You'll have a reaction just like a alchemist, just like a chemical reaction. That's where your success will start. Okay. You'll start to snowball and move forward and move forward. But the key is if you're just on the internet consuming content 24/7 with no aim, with no purpose, you're just going to fall into the trap of consumerism. That's not what you want to do. You want to be searching content and listening to content and watching content with a purpose. Okay. You need to understand where the world is going over the next 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And you want to be preparing from now. That's what I talk about when I talk about you see the ship coming. The only way you can see the ship coming is if you have the knowledge of where the ship's going to be or the area it's going to be in, right? Does that make sense? So if you're researching, you're looking at articles, you're looking at what's on the internet, looking at other content creators, seeing what the trends are, you're getting an idea of where to place yourself. Okay. So when you see that ship coming, which is the opportunity, you're ready for it. So that's something that I've done over the years. Since 2016, I've been generating money online. Now, nobody taught me. I had no mentor. I had nothing like that. I have no friend. I'm from Wolverhampton, which is a very, very, very small city in England. Okay. No one here knows anything about making any money online. I'm totally on my own. But what happens is when you start to go onto the internet with a purpose, you'll start to meet other people and you'll have access to information that other people don't have in your local area. So that gives you the advantage. Okay. So leverage the internet and harness the true power of it and look for these opportunities, right? And sometimes they're in plain view. Uber was, hey, there's a lot of risk with catching taxis. It's a very clunky industry. Why not make it so that we can order taxis through our phones and they arrive? We know who the driver is. The journey's tracked. There's no dodgy stuff going on, and the payments are taken through the app. So there's no anybody running off without paying. There's no violence, nothing like that. What a simple idea. When you really think about it, it's like, that's just a really simple idea. Like we could have done that, right? So keep it simple and just keep your eyes out for opportunity. That's all it is. I want to talk about an opportunity that arose just before we had the massive pandemic. Okay. So 4 months prior, me and four of my best friends were in a group together. I presented them an opportunity. I said, hey guys, I've been doing a bit of research. What I was seeing was in the barbering industry, here in UK, it's unregulated. And there were a lot of cases of barbers not being hygienic and, their customers were catching infections and having bumps on their heads and all sorts, right? So I kept seeing this trend in the news. I wasn't actively looking for it, but I just keep my ear to the ground. Remember what I said at the start of the video. So I started digging because I saw a bit of a trend. Then I saw that there was a campaign group here in UK that were campaigning for the industry to be regulated. So I thought, okay, there's a bit of noise being made about this particular issue, this challenge. Just like Uber solved a challenge, an issue, I was also trying to look for that challenge and issue that I could solve. So I went away and I put together a barber hygiene package. It included chemicals and sprays so that barbers can start to be hygienic, right? They can start to perform that standard, right? Where their machines are cleaned, the combs are cleaned, everything's sanitized down, it's anti-backed. So I presented the opportunity. The opportunity was incredible, but my friends, we started having a banter along the way. And I tried to get them back on track to look at the opportunity, but there was just too much banter going back and forth. And then I just closed my laptop and I was done. Now, what happened? Just a few months later, the pandemic hit. The pandemic, of course, a lot of it was about being clean, hygienic, antibacterial products, and the rest of it. So that project, if it had been carried forward, the timing was perfect for it as well. And I had a lot of it in place. I had got in touch with suppliers, so I knew the cost of the chemicals and how to supply them, how to get them made and manufactured. I knew everything inside out. I just didn't take action. And my friends didn't take action. So that could have been an absolutely incredible project. And I have seen somebody that's come on the scene with a similar project now. And I think they're having a bit of success with it, which is incredible to hear. But that is the point of seeing the ship coming, the opportunity coming, and then you preparing. So when the ship arrives, when the opportunity arrives, you're ready to go. You haven't got that steep learning curve like everybody else, right? Remember, you're in a race. You don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be the fastest, then the slowest in the group. So if the slowest is behind you, you just got to be faster than them. Okay. So let's say a leopard's chasing you. You don't have to be at the front. The person at the back's getting eaten. You just got to be in front of them. Okay. And then you gain momentum along the way as people fall off. So opportunity is interesting. It's all around us. And you just need to pick your shots. The first opportunity that you go for might not be the one that works. The next opportunity after that might not be the one that works, but the one after that might be the one that works. And that's the game here. It's just like playing cards. Okay. You gotta deal out the cards, and whatever hand you get dealt, you just have to play it. Okay. Because there can be someone else that's got an amazing hand, but they don't have the knowledge. They don't have the drive. They don't have it in them to take it forward. You might have a not so good hand, but you've got the knowledge, you've got the drive, you've got it in you to succeed in that game, right? So yes, opportunity absolutely everywhere. I want you to go ahead for the next 30 days and start taking advantage of what's out there on the internet. Okay, start to look at different articles, start to look at different social media videos, YouTube content, and form an idea of a specific problem, a specific challenge that you, with your skill set, can form a solution to. Okay, if your skill set doesn't lie in, let's say, property management, maybe not dive into property management. Okay, it's going to be a very steep learning curve, and you'll be learning for the next few years to really understand what the dynamic is. Whatever your skill set is now, try to use that in whatever opportunity you're going to take moving forward, because you've got the advantage. You've got the home advantage. It's like when football players play at home versus away. You have the advantage of having the crowd on your side. You know the pitch, you know the area, you feel a lot more comfortable. It's the same thing with you operating within your skill set as opposed to operating without your skill set. So I've tried businesses in the past that haven't quite worked. And when I've sat and thought about it, a lot of it is because I was out of my depth. It's not that I'm a bad business person. It's not that I'm not cut out for it. It just wasn't my field. It's just not my area of expertise. But then when I jump into content creation, online marketing, funnels, anything like that is my realm. It's where I'm comfortable. I can sit in that industry and I can navigate it very, very, very easily. And that's the key, is to choose an opportunity that is natural to you, right? So yes, go ahead, seek out some opportunities, stick to your skill set, and try to solve as many challenges and issues as you can.